right, we've started our carburetor series and it's kind of fun. We've been sitting here tonight, Shep and I, and doing some tuning and testing, and we're trying to get things ironed out. And tonight we're going to run the PWK Air Striker. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's fairly new carb that's come out, or I think it's been out in the two-stroke world, but Big Block Clones asked me if I'd try one. So that's what we're doing. I think they may consider selling them, and you may be able to get a hold of them to get one. We'll see how it runs. I think it's going to do pretty good. It's tuning in well. We're not quite there yet. Our air fuel mixture is a little bit high. We're going to tone it down just a little bit. And right now, I have to ask Shep, what are we running for jets? And
120 and a 34.
Okay, so we're running a 120 main and a 34 pilot jet. The needle is on the center setting. We moved it up and down. Seems to run the best right there. So stay tuned. We'll see how it works. Shep,
What?
should we do a poll?
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll see how this thing does. You think you need this thing on your mini bike?
No.
All right, well, let's see what it does, all right? So we've caught some heat. I kind of like the heat, but oh well. Here's what's going on. We've had a few people say our numbers are high. I'm going to tell you it's a comparative test. Just pay attention to what each one does and make your pick. We did make some changes. We set some things a little different. Our flywheel height was 1/4 of an inch bigger than it actually is. And once we got to measuring it and figuring out our weights and stuff, so I think the numbers are going to go down slightly. Don't really know yet, but they probably will. With that being said, again, it's a comparative test. It's an inertia dyno, so just please pay attention to the results. Look at how things differ and how things change. I mean, what we want to know right now is where's our torque, where's our horsepower, what ranges. We're doing a carb test on this 236 to say, oh, this is a great yard cart, this is a great mini bike run for fun, or this is drag carb. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. We will give you the best results we can possibly give, and hopefully you like them. Well, we just finished the PWK 30mm Air Striker, and that's this guy right here. Big Block Clones sent that to us to try out, and we'll send it back to him and tell him it's a nice carb. I like it. They claim because of this here, and there's some fins inside of this portion here that are supposedly supposed to help you with throttle response. Don't know if I noticed a difference. Not sure, and we'll see how it goes versus the others. But it tuned very well. It idled well. We ended up with a 120/32 in it. I know they look stupid, but I sure like these knobs for adjustment. I don't know. I guess just easier for me. But the next one we're going to run is the 28mm key-in straight PWK. I've got it torn apart right now because I was setting our float level, setting up our jets. It's pretty straightforward. I've ran tons of them. I've got them laying everywhere. But that'll be our next carb. We're going to start with a 120/34, I believe, and see how it runs. Try to get it tuned in and get some dyno pulls on it and see how it does. You know, the 236cc engine we're running, the Studs 236 short block, with the gauge warhead. We've got a Mr. Valve Cover clear cover on it. Still on the fence on that. Having a little bit of a hard time getting it to seal up, but we put it on for some wow factor, right? And as you can see on the gauge warhead, there is an adapter you have to use. You cannot bolt a normal flange to that head without that adapter. You'll lose gasket seal, and I promise you it will happen. So I guess we'll give it a run here and see what happens, and if you like it, hit like and subscribe. Well, we're setting up for the next one. What'd you think of that last one, Shep?
I liked it. It was easy to tune and it ran pretty well, but this one I hope runs even better.
And we are running the PWK 28 Kean. I think this one's bought from Big Block Clones. We buy a lot of carbs from them. Just easy, and their little kit, I think they're 99 bucks or something like that. Comes with the intake, the hose, the clamps, the barb. And I like their intakes because they have a little O-ring in there and you can bolt them straight up. Now, again, like I said earlier, because we're running the gauge warhead, we do not run that directly to the head. You have to put Mr. Max Gregoric's adapter in there, and he sells them for a slide carb or for a Mikuni style carb. And they just don't seal. That little O-ring just hops right inside of his port job on the inside there on the port. But we're about to run this next one. Well, that's 2 carbs down. Should we do a third?
Might as well.
What should we do next? I'll say the PWK 28 did very well. Performed a little better than the Air Striker. You'll see the results at the end of this. But, oh my. Wonder if we can get a Mikuni to run. Let's see what we can do. Well, as you're about to see in our true editing expertise, we forgot to make an intro to the last carb, which is actually we ran the 26 millimeter PWK Kean. So we'll run the Mikunis together at a later date, but check this out. All right, the PWK series is done. We ran a 30, 28, a 26. Believe it or not, the smaller CFM performed better. The horsepower was better. I kind of figured that. Some people say, oh, you got to have a 58 millimeter carb on there to run great. You don't. I've got proof. The 26 definitely outperformed the 28, and the 28 outperformed the 30. So good interesting results. And now that is on this Studs Racing short block 236 with the gauge warhead. There's a lot of variables out there, and I guess if you're sending the smoke on something, a little more CFM out of a carb's more important. And I think next we're going to run the what do you want to run, the Mikunis or the specialties?
Specialties.
Okay, so we're going to run some specialty carbs on gas. Then we'll get some Mikuni squeezed in there, and then we will, for a finale, run some methanol stuff. So all you got to do is go fast. Take care.